Hey, what is up, YouTube? It's your girl Miranda here, and this is a side companion video to my Marvel Midnight Sun series. So I had a little, while the credits were rolling, there was like I was ranting for a few minutes about what I thought about the game. I was originally planning on doing like a whole video essay about Marvel's Midnight Suns and comparing it to XCOM. I think there's not that much interest for something like that, and I've kind of moved on to other projects, so I don't think that's going to happen. But there's the nugget of that is contained in this video. So if you are curious about my thoughts about Marvel's Midnight Suns and especially how it stacks up against XCOM, yeah, watch this video and make sure you watch my actual playthrough as well. So there'll be a link to my series at the end of the video. There'll be like a playlist up there somewhere, and yeah, check that out. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and subscribe to the channel if you want to watch more of my video game stuff, or if you want to watch my video essays. So take care, have a wonderful day, and we'll catch you all next time. Bye. I completely lost my train of thought about what I was talking about before. Oh yeah, so like I don't think this is a game I'll be coming back to like again and again like XCOM. I do think I have some sort of video essay in me about this game. Like it might be like a bit of a review, but more like it'd be more of like a compare and contrast with with XCOM, because this game invites a lot of comparisons to XCOM because it's the same developers. It has a lot of surface level similarities with XCOM, but I think this game is very much not XCOM. Like it has more differences than similarities in my opinion, and I think comparing it to XCOM, or like you can compare it to XCOM, but saying it is XCOM, I think you're doing a disservice to both games, because this game is not XCOM. They're two wildly different games. They're only similar at a very surface level. This, I mean, I very much enjoyed it. It's a fun game, but this game did a lot to make me not like it at first. Because I think like the start of this game is rough. Like, it takes a long time before it gets going, and for a game that like leans so heavily on the story and the characters, I think it does a really bad job of endearing those characters to you at the start. Because when you first meet a lot of the characters, like a lot of them are just super obnoxious, at least in my opinion. And this is like the characters in the story is very much like a Euro mileage may vary situation. So, because like I know a lot of people like really like the hangout stuff and they really love like all the dialogue and hanging out with all the characters and stuff. I didn't care for it as much. It did grow on me over time. But at the start, I was very much like not wanting to engage with that part of the game. And there were actually a lot of parts of this game that I didn't engage with at all, which is typically a bad sign. And I think it's also like the most annoying characters are the ones you start out with. Because like, the more interesting or the more like less grating characters are the ones you pick up later in the game. So, and like, again, like the story is like fine. It's your typical like Marvel save the world kind of story. So again, your mileage may vary as to how much you would enjoy that stuff, but the nice thing is that the combat is super fun. It's a little shallow though, in my opinion, like compared to XCOM. So one thing I was actually thinking about is this is a game with very little tension in it, whereas XCOM as a series is a game there are games that have a ton of tension in them. Like that's what makes those games fun, is the extreme amount of tension you're always under, especially the early game. Whereas this game is very kind of low stakes. Like if you fail the mission, you can just try again. Like your characters can't permanently die. Like there's really like, and this is not to say that like tension equals good or anything. Again, this is more to my point about like how those are just two very different games. Because if you're looking for a more chill experience, then you're gonna like this more than XCOM. Because XCOM is a very, very stressful game to play. Especially if you play on Iron Man mode, which I have attempted once, and despite being someone who's played like literally thousands of hours of XCOM, like playing on Iron Man made me rage. Oh, I know Josh Utterley, and I didn't know he worked on this game. I didn't know he worked on video games. I actually know that guy, like, in person. Like, I don't know him super well, but, like, he's a former Magic the Gathering pro that was active the same time I was active.